Thank you for watching another episode of Scandal in Your Life. My name is Scandal. Since you just let me into a little bit of your life, I'm going to let you into a little bit of mine. Today, we're going to talk about one woman's, not tonight. It's another woman's give it to me now. You have to remember, a man's worth is pretty much, for most men, is what he can do for a woman. I can buy you this. I can take you there. A woman's worth is, for the most part, for most women, is based on what she can do to a man. How, she can fill his stomach up, how she can curl his toes, what she can do physically for him. That's how most women equate their value to a man. If you don't believe me, you can go back to your own childhood. Look at the Flintstones. You got Fred Flintstone. His worth is based on what he can do for his woman. Now the woman is shapely and she tends to home. She looks good. Look at his wife, right? Look at Barney's wife. All the women are in shape. They're nice because that's pretty much what they have to offer, even in a cartoon for the kids, where the men's worth is based on what they can do as far as getting money. So they're working, they're trying to come up with schemes to try to get money. They're trying to come up with all these different ways to try to get money for the wife. So the man's worth is valued in what he can do for her. And the women, they cook, and we know their worth is what they can do to him. Like a good woman to tell you, keep a man's stomach full, his bowl's empty. Think about it.
You're in the mix. Fat Flavors. Turn it up. This is hip hop.
And we understand nobody's a machine, so we understand as men that every day is not, jump on top of this woman day, but you get into a habit of telling them no, you're pushing them away. You're doing the relationship a disservice. Now, as you tell them no, the situation gets more and more frustrating and more demoralizing. And now there's nothing worse than a guy that is how can I say this? That's pleasing himself out of frustration because he feels like he has to, not because, there's nobody in the house, why not? He's doing it out of spite. There's nothing worse than that, ladies. If you push your man to that point, this is when the headaches start. Now, once he's feeling pushed away, he's frustrated. He's not happy. And if he's a guy that will speak to other women, which you shouldn't talk to anybody in the opposite sex about your relationship. That's just a given. But if he does, that's when these other women, well, they can kind of see it in his actions in general. Women have a way of sensing that. But the ones that know that you're slacking, they're ready to pounce, especially if he's a decent guy. If he's a guy that provides, or they think he provides, looks halfway decent, whatever, and is better than what they have, what they don't have, they'll pounce. And you're opening the door for that. Don't let that happen. Appreciate what you do have. Try to take the time out to do what is necessary to please your better half. Sometimes, ladies, it feels like a chore, and that's just the reality of it. You want to have a happy relationship, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Guys, sometimes we gotta do what we don't want to do. We gotta go shoe shopping. We gotta go climb up on the roof and try to fix the fucking shingles. We gotta do shit. You gotta do what you gotta do to keep the relationship going. But ladies, the trick is, even if it feels like a chore to you, don't make it seem like it's a chore to him. Don't make him feel like you're doing this just to shut him up. That's not a good feeling. It's not. So we all have to make sacrifices. This is part. Relationships are physical. Relationships are definitely a physical thing. You have to take care of who you're with in all capacities to the best of your ability. And a constant no is a turnoff. A constant no is like, you know what, forget it. Don't do me any favor. You keep it, coochie. I don't want it. And I've been to that point in my younger days. It's like, don't act like you're doing me a favor by giving me some. Don't. You can keep that. It has to be a wanted thing, especially if you started off. If you started off in a healthy physical relationship, and then you just go to, I don't really want to do it at all. So you go from, let's say, 3-4 days a week to once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks. You're gonna lose him, and he's gonna go. He can love you, he can be happy with you, but he will start to resent you. He'll start to resent the situation because you're making him feel less than. Nobody wants to feel less than in a relationship. If your man is not giving you the attention you need, if he's not walking by you, or sometimes he's giving you a hug and a kiss when you want it, sometimes you feel less than. You know, you want to go out with you. Let's just go out. Let's just go for a walk. Let's hold hands and let the world know that we're a couple. If you have a guy that used to do that and he doesn't do it, you feel less than. You do. Guys, we equate love with physical a lot of times. We equate just happiness with that, to be honest. I mean, men can have meaningless sex all the time, but you know, when you're with your woman, you know, and you're intimate, that tells us, like, you know, she's really into me still after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up years. So ladies, that's just my PSA for you. And some females feel like I'm catering to, you know, the side chick out there. Like, no, I'm trying to help you with your relationship. I'm trying to help you better your relationship and make it a little bit stronger. I'm just a guy, but I'm a guy. I talk to dudes all the time. I work with dudes. I used to train dudes in the gym. So the conversations that we have is not the conversation they'll have with you. They'll tell me things just in regular conversation that they won't say around a female because everyone's on their best behavior when females are around. I'm not. I say what I feel, how I feel. And if it's something that I know is going to be a awkward topic, I just won't have it around somebody that's not my female. So, ladies, a not tonight, on a regular basis, you're pushing him out the door. You're pushing him towards somebody else. And then you blame him. And he's wrong. Cheating is wrong, completely wrong. But if you keep pushing and pushing and pushing somebody away, you can't be surprised when they actually just go. All right, so once again, my name is Scandal. There's just my little PSA for the ladies to the men. I'm going to have some stuff for the men toward the ladies soon. But you love them, you got to put that work in. If you can't, because that's another issue people have. You know, what if something's wrong and you can't? People say that all the time. If you can't, you can't. But if you can, that is not a good excuse. Oh, what if I was sick and I couldn't do this? Or what if I couldn't? If you can, that conversation makes no sense whatsoever. You're just throwing what ifs in the air to see what can stick. Don't do that. You're going to do it, do it. You're going to be with him, be with him. Guys, you're going to be with her. You got to put that work in. Ladies, you want to be with him. You got to put that work in. My name is Scandal. Have a great day.